And we're back in the attic.
Again.
The third restart. Thanks a lot, Danny.
Yes.
I can mention that, right?
Yeah, you can mention
right,
everyone,
Can we tell them why you wanted to restart?
Because Kimball's a jerk.
You know, the new kid at Conley thinks I'm like the biggest asshole around. I'm like, why do you think I'm such a biggest asshole? He's like, you're so condescending. It's like,
yeah,
like everything you say.
Oh, me or you?
Me. He said I was.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
People always say I'm condescending.
You are.
I'm a joy on the podcast.
No, you're not a joy. You're not at all. So.
Okay. All right.
So did you guys have a good week this week?
Yeah, I took Friday off because of the snow.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you go to work? You work?
Yeah, I'd say I'm training in Boston right now, so I went into Boston Friday and Saturday.
You did?
Really?
Yeah.
You went in Friday?
Yeah.
That must have been a mess.
I just took the train, so it wasn't too bad because all I had to do was drive to Mansfield and take the train in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not
so
bad.
Did you call in or like?
Yeah, I called in.
Did they get mad at you for that?
No, I got time.
Does like everyone else call in?
I don't know. Sometimes people do. I've called in the most for snowstorms. Anytime it's snowing, like, nope, not coming in.
So they know like you're not. Why you come? Not
Yeah, because it's snowing.
Oh.
I'm not driving.
And the fact
I'm not driving an hour in
a blizzard. You can't see. You're not driving an hour. You know what I did? I was out plowing at 3:00 this morning that day because they didn't cancel 2 of my schools.
Yeah.
And then so I plowed until like 10, and then I drove the oil truck to 2 of my towns that I had to fuel.
Okay.
And then I got stuck.
All right.
But
that sucks.
I got out. Oh my! So my plow truck got stuck in Canton pretty good, and so I was by myself. So I just jumped in a bus and I hooked up the chain. I was like, I wonder how.
Oh, on the bus?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was like, I wonder how easy this is gonna pull out. So I backed up and it pulled it like halfway. And I was like, I probably could have just like moved the bus and backed the truck up, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna pull the whole thing out of the snowbank.
Yeah.
Because it moved pretty easy. But I was like ended up dragging it sideways. But
that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Then like once I got it out, I like stopped the bus and the truck slowly rolling into the bus. I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna hit. But it did stop, so it didn't actually end up happening.
That's good.
You
avoiding
you don't
costly
care. You don't care at all,
destruction
Danny.
of property. I care.
You don't care. I had a crazy
much.
week this week. You know, I did. One guy wanted head gaskets job.
What's the head gasket job?
I had to change head gaskets on this guy's Blazer.
What's a head gasket?
It's a gasket. It goes between the head and the block. I'm not going to explain it further because that's going to require me to explain it, everything else further.
Yeah, okay. Cars. I get in them and they go.
So that took me... I did that on my 2 days off.
What I know about cars.
Yeah, I know.
Turn the key. Car turns on. Doesn't turn on. Something's wrong.
That's all you know.
Yep.
So then I'm not going to be here next week.
Yep. So I'm going to work on a replacement podcast.
Yeah. Interview podcast. Here we come.
Interview podcast number 2.
Number 2. Coming at your faces.
Coming at your ear holes. Because there will not be a video.
No, I'll do a video. I'll just put up a still shot. Again.
Yes. All right.
Maybe.
Or I'll just have a camera. And film my life.
We'll just take like I'll give you my old cell phone and you can just take a shit ton of pictures.
Okay.
And then I can just put them over the podcast.
And then will I get superpowers at the end? Kill my best friend and
if you want. Yeah, if you do enough clips and do like a slow motion, you know, what do you call those videos, which is just still frames?
Flash.
Stop motion. Stop motion.
You know, where you move this a bit and then you move that a bit and then
stop motion. If
you
do
lose
enough
the
clips,
Oscar to Brave for some reason.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, the Brave one.
Yeah.
Best animated feature.
Really?
Yeah.
What else was in the category?
Frankenweenie,
Paranorman, Pirates, Band of Misfits, and then Wreck-It Ralph.
In Brave one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously, no one in that category saw any of those movies.
Yeah.
That's why Brave won.
Which one did you think should win?
Paranorman is where I was going.
Paranorman?
Paranorman was my favorite, but if Frankenweenie won, I wouldn't have been upset.
What about Wreck-It Ralph?
Or Wreck-It Ralph.
No Wreck-It Ralph.
I liked Wreck-It Ralph too.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
No love for the Wreck-It?
No commentary track on Wreck-It Ralph Blu-ray.
Really?
Did you buy it?
No.
Is that why you didn't buy it?
Yeah.
If it had a commentary track, would you go?
Yeah. Well, James Bond has 2 commentary tracks on it.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
No, I haven't got it yet.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll get it.
You're not a big Bond fan, though.
I'm a Sam Mendes fan.
Yeah. Who are the two people doing the two different ones? or-
Yeah, one's like Roger Deakins and Sam Mendes, I think, and the other one's I forget who's on that one. I don't know. The producers and Mendes, I think. It's like the Blade commentary track. Guillermo has his own one, and then he does one with Wesley, the producer, David Goyer.
I don't know. I think we talked about this, but are you a fan of Blade? I used to love that movie.
Yeah, I like Blade too a lot.
You know what I found out?
Guillermo.
You know what I found out is that, like, my stepdad ended up watching our YouTube just to check it out and see how it. And he's explaining to people at work. He goes, "Yeah, it's just like Wayne's World." I'm like, "What the fuck? This is not like Wayne's World." Cause
what's a podcast?
Like, no one knows what a podcast is, and he goes, "It's just like Wayne's World."
or what's that Weird Al movie where he's in charge of the cable station? It's like UHF or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's a pretty funny movie, actually.
I never saw it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like he pretty much gets his own public access channel, and then he just makes crazy stuff.
We could be on public access.
We could. It's better than what they have normally on public access.
Yeah. Well, it's just fucking like.
Well, now we can't. You just dropped the F-bomb.
Oh shit! I can go back and bleep it.
You have to bleep that too.
Oh.
Fuck!
I can't control
say anything.
Yeah. God.
This is what your dad wanted you to get on public access. That's why he was telling you to watch your language.
Nah, we'll never be on public.
No.
We'll be like MST3K.
Yeah.
MST3K.
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I know what MST3K is. I've never watched one, but hey.
Never.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
The Manos one is gold.
I'm a bad nerd.
Bad nerd. So, what are we going to talk about this week?
I saw the latest film by Sam Raimi, Oz the Great and Powerful, which you'll hear more about that later. But and then me and Phil saw Jack and the Giant Slayer. So we can talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah, Jack and the Giant Slayer are two different people. That's a twist.
Really?
Oh, no. Wait. I keep saying it wrong. Jack the Giant Slayer.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'm just being a dick, giving Danny a hard time.
Well, that's the way you got it.
Well, I'm used to saying Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
So when they change it to Giant Slayer, it's like, okay.
No, it's so much harder to say it now.
It is. The Giant Slayer.
You're struggling with
Beanstalk.
that. Beanstalk. All right.
All right.
Do you want to hear? My car broke.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. This is some plastic thing dragging on the ground.
Okay.
That's not good.
That will disappear eventually. It'll fall off.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
All right. I figure it's time to get rid of it. When plastic things is dragging on the ground. Oh, getting rid of it.
Yeah, that's a sign to get a new one.
I guess. Did you hit a pothole, maybe?
I did, but I don't know when it occurred.
Oh.
The guy at work is like, "Hey, you're dragging some plastic." I'm like, "Oh." I look, and I thought it was just the piece that covers my oil filter, and then like, geez, that's pretty far away from the ground. How can it be dragging? And then I look again. I'm like, "Oh, there's another piece further back."
Huh. Your car's falling apart.
Yep. Time to get rid of it.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Do you want to talk Jack the Giant Slayer first?
Sure.
All right.
Whatever you want.
Phil, what did you think of Bryan Singer's Jack the Giant Slayer?
Well, Danny tried to convince me to see this movie with him for like 3 days. So
he had to convince you.
Yeah.
So you going into it, you really weren't interested in seeing it.
Was not interested. Had really low expectations.
You got a pretty good cast though.
Yeah, it had like a 50 on Rotten Tomatoes, something like that.
56, I think.
Yeah. So I didn't go in with the highest expectations, but it did exceed my expectations. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be awful, but it really wasn't. It was okay. The Giants did look awful though.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, I think they had different special effects houses working on different parts of the special effects. Like studios have been doing that a lot lately. Like same thing happened with Oz the Great and Powerful, and there's like such inconsistency in some of the special effects. Like some CGI stuff looks great, and other stuff just looks terrible. And this movie definitely had that because some of the stuff looked good, but the Giants were just terrible
like the
looking.
Beanstalk looked good.
Yeah,
Like-
but a lot of that was sets.
Oh,
too.
was that? Did they use all sets for that?
Most of it when it's up close? That's
Right,
all
yeah.
sets.
So that's fine.
But there is a big scene where the beanstalk falls down and people are on it, and it's a pretty enjoyable scene. It's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Giants just looked awful.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense physics wise that people would survive, but hey,
Oh, it's a movie about giants. Like I can kind of
yeah, that's true.
oversee that, but whatever, overlook that. But I don't know. I liked Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Yeah, he was very
He's
good. As he was a.
He was a knight, the head knight.
But he was what? What would you say about his character? He's very sure of himself.
Oh, yeah.
Wise, cracking, cocky. Yeah.
Yeah, he has that kind of smirk.
Yeah, I'll tell you who was terrible though. Surprisingly, I thought so. Ian McShane is playing the old king here, and his daughter disappears in Beanstalk, and he just shows no emotion really.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, oh, my daughter's gone. Oh no. And then like a giant falls from the sky, and they're like, yep, we're gonna have to cut down this beanstalk now. And then he like goes over by himself because his men won't do it because they're worried about the princess. And he's like, nope, we gotta do it for my kingdom. And then he just starts hacking it, and everyone's like, all right, let's go hack it. And everyone's all excited, and Ian McShane's just like, yeah, my daughter's back too. Oh great, you did a good thing there, boy. Here's money. You got my gratitude. He was just like so dead. It definitely seemed like a paycheck for Mr. McShane.
Really?
Or maybe it's just bad direction too. Like maybe Bryan Singer was like, yeah, you know that whole thing you're doing with emotion, get rid of it. but Stanley Tucci is pretty enjoyable in this as like a just he's trying to be in control of the Giants and stuff. He pretty much sets the whole thing in motion.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, he's a scammer.
Yeah. He's fun, enjoyable. And I thought Nicholas Hoult did a pretty well job too. He was not amazing, but he's good.
So I mean, what exactly is this movie about?
So these monks are hiding these beans, but the Stanley Tucci's character wants the beans so that he can control the Giants and take over the world. And so
why do if you have control of these beings, you control the Giants?
No, there's some like dark magic involving like a crown. Like the crown is the MacGuffin in this movie that everyone's trying to get because it has something to do with their hearts and something, and you can control them. But yeah, so then at the end of the movie, Nicholas Hoult gets the crown. Jack gets the crown and ceases the invasion and sends them all home. And then he gets to marry the princess, and then history falls into legend falls into myth, and that Lord of the Rings quote or whatever at the beginning of that. But none now live who remember it or whatever. Power about the ring. So basically, this crown is the ring of power.
Really?
And it controls beings.
It's pretty much just useless. Like
the crown?
Just the movie, just the adaptation of it. Like, what's the point? Like, they're really we didn't need this movie. Like, it didn't do anything.
It it was on par with Snow White and the Huntsman, I would think.
I liked it better, but I hated Snow White and the Huntsman.
Oh, you hated Snow White?
Yeah, I was just really bored in it. Yeah.
I thought there was some bad parts to it, but Snow White and the Huntsman, and the special effects are really good on it.
Yeah, it looked good. I was just bored.
Yeah.
What looked good? You were bored in Snow White, or
Snow White? Yeah, because it looked good. Like Danny
were you
said.
bored at all in Jack?
No, I really wasn't. Like,
yeah, there's a good pace to it.
Yeah.
Is it a long movie?
No, not particularly. No, I think it's like 2 hours or something. I can really tell. Yeah. I don't know. I get sucked into the movies, except when there's crazy people around me, which is usually every movie I go to. It's terrible.
No crazy people in this one?
There's no one there.
Yeah, we're the only ones.
What time did you guys go?
7:30 on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's how I got him to go. Bargain Tuesday. Yep. But yeah, it's good. It's not amazing, but I mean, you could say that about any movie. What's the point of it? I mean, when was the last movie Jack and the Beanstalk adaptation of that? I can't even think of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Mickey Mouse cartoon that's Jack and the Beanstalk. That's the only thing I know of.
Yeah.
I'll make my grace to grind your bones or whatever. That's a bad approximation of the giant from Disney.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, you ever seen the Disney's A Christmas Carol with Mickey Mouse?
No.
Like the
I was never big into Disney stuff, like Mickey Mouse stuff.
Oh,
yeah, Jesus.
I'm Mickey Mouse here. Listen here, Jonas Brothers, you're gonna wear those pretty rings, 'cause nothing gets these preteens going like pure Jonas Brothers. I don't know. That's my South Park jokes.
God.
That's your South Park joke.
Yeah.
So what would you give the movie on the scale?
On the scale, 4 or 5 out of 7.
4 or 5?
Yeah, I think so. I hit our scale, first of all. I'm always gonna say that every time I review it. But yeah, 4.5 out of 7, I think.
Phil, what would you do?
Yeah, I'd give it a 4.
A 4?
Yeah, I'd go with a 4. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right, do you want to hear about Oz the Great and Powerful now?
Sure.
All right, so Oz the Great and Powerful is the prequel to...
Oh, it's a prequel?
Well, technically it's not a prequel. I don't know. I don't know where it takes place in the book wise, where they get into Oz's backstory in the book, but it's pretty much how the Wonderful Wizard of Oz got to Oz and whatever, and how the witches showed up and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so yep, so James Franco is this like magician at a carnival, and like he's just like nobody, you know, he's having all these problems and he wants to be a great man, not just a good man, but a great man. So like he won't stick around, and like he Michelle Williams' character is I forget her name, but you remember. So the Dorothy's family is the Gales. So she's like, John Gale proposed to me. So that's how we work it in with referencing the other Dorothy adventures, whatever, because Dorothy Gale. So she like has feelings for James Franco, but James Franco's like, oh no, this can't happen. I need to be a great man. I can't be held down by you. So then like he pushes her away, and then like he's always like trying to get with women. So like the strong man at the circus finds out he's trying to get with his girl, so then they start chasing him around. He gets in the hot air balloon, and then a tornado comes, and then they all go off. And he goes into Oz, and then he meets Mila Kunis's Theodora witch, and then like he goes to Oz. They think he's the wizard that will save them from the evil witch.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and then things happen, and then they scare off the witches.
So is this similar to the original Wizard of Oz at all?
Yeah, I mean, Wizard of Oz. That Wizard of Oz is copyrighted by Universal, so. Or MGM, I think.
Warner Brothers, I thought.
Warner's owns.
I think Warner owns.
Yeah, because Warner's owns MGM now.
Yeah.
I think, right?
So yeah, so
I don't know. They're all owned by two corporations now, but yeah, so they can't reference anything in that Wizard of Oz, because like in the actual books, the flying monkeys are called winged monkeys. Well, in the movie, they're called flying monkeys. So anytime you use fair use, you can't say flying monkeys. You have to say winged monkeys or winged baboons or something. You have to change it because you can't do that. And also the ruby red slippers in the book are silver, so you can't have the ruby red ones at all unless it's a Warner Brothers adaptation of Wizard of Oz stuff. So this is Disney, so they can't use any of that stuff. Those two instances really are what you can't use.
Yeah.
And
so she has silver slippers in the movie?
No, Dorothy's not in it at all.
Well, that's you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Dorothy's not in this at all. You meet Gilda, the good witch, and then like the two bad witches, like the Wicked Witch of the West and East, right? I forget.
Yeah.
Who's the Wicked Witch who dies at the beginning of it?
East, right?
Yeah, I think it's the East, where she gets the slippers from, and then they like curl back under the house.
Yeah,
that's pretty like. So weird, like. That movie's pretty good because it's like very weird at the same time and scary for like a family movie for the time period. And the monkeys look so much better in the original Wizard of Oz, because these ones, they're just all CGI and stuff.
Yeah.
But this movie's really inconsistent. Dan's dying, everyone.
Sorry for sneezing.
But this movie, it was actually shot for 3D, so there's a lot of really...
Oh, did you watch it? You watched it in 3D?
No, I saw it in regular.
But you could clearly tell.
Yeah, you could tell certain scenes, so it just looks strange. Like the CGI on the stuff that was supposed to be 3D, it just kind of just sticks out and looks unnatural.
Yeah.
And then there's another scene where there's like this sprite that's in front of James Franco's face, and he's like pushing it away, and then like you can tell that he's just like doing that. It just looks really bad because they try to like shoot it in a way that to make it look 3D, so you can tell oh, they wanted this to be 3D, and then it just doesn't look right at all. That's my big problem with 3D too. Like it doesn't look good enough where you believe it. Like if anything, it takes you more out of the movie. It's not immersive. It's pushing you away from the movie, I think. But there's some actually good special effects though. A lot of scenes. Like it's very inconsistent, but there's like a porcelain little girl that he helps out and stuff. Because like in his old time, like he meets this girl who can't walk, and she's like, your magic is good, can't you make me walk? And everyone starts yelling at him, calling him a fraud. Make the girl walk, make the girl walk. And so that's why he ends up running away a little bit. So he meets this porcelain girl who her legs are chopped off, and he uses glue and fixes them so she can walk. But like the special effects on this girl are really good. Like it like of all the CGI stuff, there's sometimes I think she's actually they actually made this like porcelain doll girl, but other times it's CGI, but it does a very nice job of just like mixing it. It feels real.
Yeah.
And like Zach Braff's a monkey in this, a flying monkey who you know, Oz ends up saving him from a lion, so he makes the lion cowardly. So that's the callback to the Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz.
Right.
And there's actually a reference to some of the farmers. We can make scarecrows or something, so they'll make like that sort of reference. And then like there's the Tinker guys who create the Tin Man, so they're in there. So there's a couple callbacks to other Wizard of Oz stuffs in it. But it's pretty enjoyable. It's not amazing, and like one of the witches ends up, she's a good witch initially, but her sister ends up tricking her into being a bad witch and stuff. And like how that tricking ends up happening is kind of they don't really do a good job of doing that, like that transformation. It's just like she's a good witch, and then she eats an apple, and then she's bad is basically what happens.
Really?
Like she loses all goodness and gets horribly deformed and whatever, and looks like the real witch in the movie.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. But hey, it's magic fantasy, whatever. But yeah, but that just whole storyline of that, how that happens, is not handled perfectly. And also James Franco's kind of he's like almost like a con man for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And like he learns to end up loving he like finds friends and family, and then he ends up, you know, like finding everything he wanted. But he pretty much makes out with Glenda at the end of it. So I guess that we're making a relationship between Glenda and the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Like in the original Oz movie, you don't really think that they're together because he's such an old man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they make it like a romantic happy ending between them. But what I don't get, he ends up saving everyone and stuff, and they think he was gonna leave, but it's just like a trick he plays to like come back even better. Like he fakes his own death so that he can be that like projection, you know, like in the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Like so they do that.
Did they show him faking his own death?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So like he ends up realizing family's important or whatever, but he's still sort of, he doesn't really suffer really for what he did to Theodora, the witch he pretty much helps turn bad, because he sort of lies to her. She's like, oh, we'll be together and I'll be your queen in Oz, and he's like, yeah, sure. And he's
so Oz makes Theodora turn into an evil witch.
No, he doesn't. He leads her down that path, like, because he wasn't honest with her and how he felt about her. So Theodora ends up getting jealous when she sees him and Glenda together. Yeah, Glenda. I don't know. Whatever.
Gilda sounds right. Yeah,
Gilda.
sounds
Whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. It's Michelle Williams. She's a good actress. She does a pretty good job in that. In this, they're all pretty good. I mean, Rachel Weisz is pretty good in it too. But but it's entertaining. I mean, if you have any interest in the Wizard of Oz at all and fondly remember it,
so like if you were a huge fan of like the original, would this movie make you upset?
It depends on why you're a fan of the original. I mean, this definitely throws a lot more CGI special effects in it, but there's still a lot of humor and stuff in it, and then there can be scary parts. Like there's darkness to it, but it's also light too. So it's I don't know, old timers probably won't like it. Like people who actually saw it in 1939 when it came out, they'll probably be like, whatever, this is stupid.
It's way old timers.
Yeah. So like people in their 80s probably won't like it. But I don't know. But I think people who like grew up in like the 70s or something, they still might like it. I mean, The Wizard of Oz is such like a universal touchstone for like American pop culture that most people have a understanding of it, and I think would be interested in seeing a sequel. And I know it did really well Friday. It made 22 million.
80 million for the weekend.
80 million for the weekend.
150 worldwide.
So that's a success probably.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say it cost them 150 to make. Or no, 215. Sorry, 150 was Jack.
Jack was 115.
Jack was 150. plus marketing, so it brought to
Yeah.
like $290.
Oh, so that's gonna be a failure.
That's gonna be a failure. Yeah.
Too bad. But I'm glad Oz is successful. And there's a good Bruce Campbell cameo in it. They do a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zach Braff is actually really good as the winged monkey. He has a lot of good funny lines and stuff. And like there was a little girl off to the side and she's like, "Oh, I really like this guy." Whenever he was on screen. Like I've seen the movie and there's kids about, then there was older people too, but the kids are like having conversations with the screen, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that like type of thing. Like, "Oh, that's a bad witch. Don't listen to her." Blah blah blah, like that type of thing, you know. But they're kids, so it's understandable.
Did you feel like a kid seeing the movie, Danny?
No.
No.
There was a couple things everybody laughed a couple times. It's you know,
Was it
it was
funny?
very communal. Yeah. There's a lot of good humor in it and stuff. But yeah, it's just inconsistent CGI work a little bit in it.
Yeah.
But on the whole, I enjoyed it.
Are you interested in seeing it, Phil?
Yeah, I am gonna see it.
You are.
Yeah, I was undecided, but I'll see this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom and sister saw it, didn't they?
They went to go see it, but the sound went out 40 minutes in and didn't come back. So they actually had to leave. Like they couldn't even stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
What'd they say about the first 40 minutes? Though?
They liked it. No, they really liked it, I'd say.
So did
Yeah.
they get a free pass or whatever?
Yeah, so the theater gave them a free pass.
I would have given 2 free passes for that. I mean,
Yeah.
they screw up. You waste 40 minutes of our time, pretty much.
Right,
And then
exactly.
it's just like, oh, well, you get to go see it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd they go? Foxborough?
I'm pretty sure it was North Attleboro.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd
that's
say
an
yeah.
older theater.
Yeah.
I still like North Attleboro though.
It depends on the theater. You like if you get a big screen in Foxborough, it's definitely worth going to Foxborough. Like the ones that have the dining behind it and
Yeah.
whatever. Like that screen's so much bigger that it's worth it. But on the whole, most of the at least North Attleboro, all of them are at least the same size.
Yeah.
But so that's good.
Why is it? It doesn't really bother me going into a small theater. It's kind of weird going from like a huge theater to a small one. Like, oh, this is kind of private, you know.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
private to me, like
If no one
Like-
else is there, yeah.
like you're seeing something. Yeah, but even if there's like a couple of other people there or
Right.
whatever, it just feels very exclusive.
Oh, like when I saw Tangled it was me by myself, and then it was a
Like,
family of
I mean-
4.
I mean, I saw Spider-Man. It was me and one other kid. That was it.
I saw 310 to Yuma by myself.
Really.
No one in the theater. It was awesome.
So I really thought I was going to see Spider-Man, but I went at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Which
yes.
Spider-Man was that?
The newest one.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, yeah, my I went 12 o'clock first showing 2D, and theater was pretty packed.
for Oz.
Yeah. So people like Oz, apparently.
When did you go? Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday at 12.
That's but there was, but you said there's a lot of kids there, right?
Yeah, there was a good number of kids,
Yeah.
a lot of families. Then, teenagers, mostly girl teenagers.
The teen bops.
Yeah. So I don't know what
There
that
you-
says about me.
there you go,
that
Dan.
I have the interests of a preteen girl, apparently.
And the
Nothing
same
good,
amount of
Danny.
pubic hair.
What? I have a beard. Are you saying preteen girls have beards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your beard isn't your pubic hair.
Yeah, isn't it? Nah, isn't it?
I would.
Yes, yes, it is. It is your pubic hair. Go tell people you have pubes on your face.
So what was that a Jackass one where they
Oh, yeah, they
they
shave.
make the beard out of pubic hair?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Do you want my rating for Oz?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm giving it 5.5 out of 7.
5.5.
Yeah, 5.5 out of 7.
You're gonna have to get Phil's rating next week.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, because it's just gonna be me and Phil. What comes out? What comes out of
Sandy
theaters?
might show up next week, right?
Maybe. What's coming up though this weekend? Anything?
I'm probably gonna see Dead Man Down at some point.
Oh yeah, it's coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already out actually.
I wanted to see that.
Yeah.
It did really poorly review-wise.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard a bad twist, like a plot twist, was what people didn't like about it.
Yeah, I heard all this. They're like the same things. All the reviews I was reading, they're like, it's really good for like the first 45 minutes. They're like, and then it just gets ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
there's like so many plot holes, and the twist is like shitty.
Well, that's what happens when you get a TV writer writing scripts for movies, because it was written by J.H. Weinman, who was running the showrunner on Fringe for
Mhm.
a while. I think he's co-creator too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's like Abrams, Alex Kurtzman, and Roberto Orci, and I think J.H. Wyman is like the... Or like he had the initial idea, and then he just used Abrams and Kurtzman and Orci's name power to get it made.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Abrams produces a lot.
Yeah, he does.
And he'll be doing Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun.
Is there anything new about that?
Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill are definitely
I heard that, yeah.
in, and I guess Harrison Ford too. I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I heard that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a bad idea to bring them back in?
Well, it depends on what capacity they're in. I think if you're gonna sort of set up the universe and how it is post Return of the Jedi collapse of the Empire, that you at least need them mentioned or in there a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they should be main force behind it.
Do you think that it's gonna be like a spin-off of like their kids?
That's where the expanded universe went, but I wonder if they're gonna do it.
Would you like to see that, or
yeah,
is this what Danny Mon wants to see in the next Star Wars movie?
Yeah, what Danny Mon wants to... What I want in the next Star Wars movie is I want Luke Skywalker setting up the new Jedi Order on Yavin, and the only problem with that is we'll get more kid actors, and we gotta kind of steer away from the kid actors.
Why, you don't like the kid actors?
Yeah, they brought the Star Wars down.
You think so?
The younglings are the worst thing that happened in Star Wars.
Really?
People cheered when Anakin killed the younglings.
I think the worst thing that happened to Star Wars was George Lucas stopped getting told, that's a bad idea, George, don't do that.
Well, and also I think he was more concentrating on like the technical aspect of film. It's like, people say we shouldn't do this many effect shots, we're doing it anyways. And then you look at like the Naboo battle that's just on green fields and it looks terrible, and from episode 1. Like, you can't go back and even watch it. That's how bad it looks. I mean, pod racing holds up pretty good, but I don't really like pod racing. No pod racing.
So I want more pod racing.
No.
I would like. I just want a spin-off series of just pod racing.
Yeah. No, but I think they need to take the movies smaller. They need to be smaller scale and focus on character, which is what Abrams usually does pretty well, is focus on character. Like especially in the next Star Trek, it seems like they're going really big, but I want Star Wars to do the opposite of that. So we have big space opera in Star Trek, and then we can get down to like character, more fantastical, smaller stuff.
I don't think that they're gonna do that though.
No, probably not.
Because no one,
big space battles.
General audience doesn't like that as much.
No,
I think general audience likes character. They just, they just
I don't think that shows though. I don't think that's true. General audience. Like
yeah, well, if you look at movies like Jack the Giant Slayer, or, well, I'm gonna use John Carter too, because people didn't know it was about a character, but it's not hugely character based. That's a lot of action based. Like, people don't like just pure action. They need someone to root for in the action.
So you're saying John Carter is just action? Or a character?
It's a lot more action than based on character, but there's character moments in it. But yeah, it's a lot more action based.
Yeah, but
no one knows the John Carter character too.
Yeah, but both those movies got I don't know what John Carter got, but Jack got 50.
Yeah, because people didn't like it because it wasn't really that character based. Like, Jack could have been anybody.
So name a good character based movie
that's done well.
Yeah.
I don't know. The audience is so dumb. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been hugely successful. Well, you look at the Avengers movies. That's all character.
Yeah.
Like people inherently know Iron Man. Oh, he's a cocky, what's he say? Genius, billionaire,
philanthropist,
philanthropist. It's like, that character immediately, and that was one of the highest grossing movies of the year. Mm-hmm. Like it was so based on the characters. That's why comic books are so good.
Yeah, but so if they're going to do this with Star Wars, they would have to do like an individual person per movie.
Yes, that's what I think they should do. They got too galactic in the last series. We're talking about trade routes and economics and stuff.
There's a lot going on
for way too long.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so there can be a lot going on, but you sort of have to build to it. I mean, like the singular superhero movies were all focused on the characters. Then we knew the characters. Then we could do this grand, just big action thing that had less character development because we had a baseline for the characters.
I mean, I know Disney would be fine for doing a million Star Wars movies.
Yeah, they're already talking spin-offs. And
I don't think that's gonna, make them upset, but I just don't know if they'll go that way.
Well, that's where I hope they go.
That's where you.
That's
Phil,
where they need to go.
Where do you want them to go?
Oh, I don't even care, honestly.
You don't care at all.
No.
I'd say
You don't care
You're
anything
done
about
with the Star Wars franchise.
well, I'm gonna see them,
Well,
but
it's clearly obvious.
But I'm not
Who's
really
not gonna see 'em?
I'm not really that invested in Star Wars, honestly.
No.
Like,
Were you ever invested in Star
no,
Wars?
like that's why I've seen the movies. I like the movies, but that's like it. Like,
It's not religion for you.
no, they're just like they're like any other good movie. Like, it's just good. I think that Empire Strikes Back is a classic, and that's great. The other two I just think are good. Like, I'm not even really that impressed with them.
No, New Hope's amazing.
Yeah, I'd say.
New Hope's amazing, man. Alec Guinness. What could be better than Alec Guinness
Mm-hmm.
being old?
How about you, Dan? What do you think? Oh,
Me?
yeah.
I mean,
Are you guys even that? How big as Star Wars fans
I'm
are
not
you guys?
very big at all.
Yeah.
Growing up, you guys didn't like religiously watch Star Wars?
No, I mean I watched it. I definitely
Yeah.
because my dad watched it.
Oh.
Even to this day, like because Spike plays it like all the time. He's
Yeah.
like, "Up, Star Wars is on. I'm gonna watch it."
Yeah, I end up watching when it's on Spike.
Yeah,
I
see?
own the DVDs, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm still watching it on
Wait,
TV.
you don't own them Blu-ray?
No, the Blu-ray is the 1997 cut. I don't want that crap.
Why not?
Because it's got 9 extra minutes of bad CGI. I don't want to watch that.
Just fast forward over those 9
I
minutes.
went to theater. No, but they're like 9 minutes spaced throughout the movie. So
Yeah,
like
this-
sometimes it will just cut back on more
I'm sure there's a list.
Like,
I'm sure there's like a some website that tells you at this timestamp this is all new. Just fast forward until
well, the laser discs have are the best quality for the regular cut.
I think Jimbo
on-
actually has them on Laserdisc.
Yeah, yeah.
he
See,
does.
that's how, if you want to get the best quality home video
Home
of
video.
how Star Wars should be, it's the laser disc.
We gotta get Jimbo set up. Does it?
Yeah.
What does that mean? That probably even uses component cables on it.
No, I don't think
You
you
think
can
it's
even hook one up.
coaxial?
I don't know. Yeah, it might be coaxial. I think we're gonna be hooking that up.
That's pretty bad.
Oh no, but
I never.
New Hope has the worst. They add an extra scene with Jabba that sort of makes sense with it, but Han ends up walking around him, and they have him walk on his tail, and Jabba goes, "Ah!" It's terrible.
I don't know. Like I never was like I enjoy Star Wars, but I'm like I just don't understand these fanboys, man.
It's their childhood. George Lucas is raping their child.
No, I mean like
No,
all right,
he's not.
like my dad, I understand because he saw him in the theaters and stuff like that. That I got nothing against those people. I got against you.
Why?
I don't understand you people.
Because I've watched Star Wars all my life.
Yeah, but it's like,
I've got it recorded with Christmas tree shop commercials and Doom 2 commercials on it.
I just don't understand
Yeah.
it. Like you think it's like such an epic movie.
It is. It's awesome. Like the music is so amazing in that.
I don't know. I think you guys overrated for what it is.
No.
Definitely. Phil, am I on my own?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
I
we will see when the new one comes out.
I mean,
how awesome it's gonna be.
I think it's a good franchise, but it's just like I just don't think it's as good as what you think it is.
All right, what's a franchise like that for you?
I don't have one.
You don't have any? There's no one. You're
no.
not like Fast and the Furious. That isn't your
No. Did you end up
franchise?
watching those?
No, I haven't watched them yet.
I didn't think you would.
You gotta watch
I
them.
am because Fast Five's on demand right now, so I've got to go through these.
Oh, it is on
Yeah,
demand?
I
Oh,
gotta go
should
through
watch
these
it then.
4, and then
'Cause I
I'm gonna
never
watch
saw
Fast
that.
5.
I like Fast Five.
You got all 4?
No, I have 3. You only had 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta find 4. I don't know. Whatever.
If you buy it like cheap, like I don't want a Blu-ray of it.
I'm not gonna buy. Well, we'll see how I like.
If you can get it on DVD for like $4, I'll give you the $4 for it.
Well, I got what I got last weekend at Best Buy for $5.
I don't remember.
I got some movie for $5. I
Yeah.
forget. All right. Phil, do you have a franchise you like as much as Star Wars?
I really don't, honestly.
Or
I'd say
Lord of the Rings. That's not one of them, or
I've only seen them each like
The
2 times.
Godfather.
I hate the third Godfather
Yeah,
so
I don't,
much.
I don't like the third one either.
Yeah,
I've never seen the third.
that's
one.
why. Yeah, I can't. Third one's really bad.
The first one, you're like, yeah, this is really good. The second one, you're like, mm-hmm.
I thought the second one's the best one. Isn't that considered the best one?
I think the first is.
There's debate. It's split. Like, I don't know. I love the first 2. Like, I don't even know which one I like better because I do love the first 2. Like, all the scenes in the second one in Italy are awesome.
Yeah, those are good scenes.
And like the courtroom scenes with Michael are awesome.
Yeah.
The baptism scene.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like the second one's pretty iconic. The Fredo, it was you. Like, oh yeah. I know it was you. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a big fan of both of them.
No, so that's kind of like Star Wars, actually, though. Like the first one, 1 and 2, people debate a little bit, and then
Yeah.
the third one, people say is the worst. Even though Return of the Jedi is pretty awesome. Just saying,
Here it is, I guess.
The Ewoks, yeah.
This loops back
the
around.
Ewoks are awesome.
Who doesn't
No,
love
the
those
best
furry
scene in
little
Star
shits?
Wars is when Darth Vader in Return of the
here we
Jedi.
go.
Why Return of the Jedi is awesome is the scene where Vader's trying to goad him into coming to the dark side. He's like, "If you will not join, then perhaps your sister will." And then Luke just freaks out and is like, "No!" And then it's just the music swelling. It's
I never understood why he freaked out so much.
because he didn't want his sister to be used by Darth Vader to go to the dark side.
Yeah, but didn't he like know her? Like,
What?
she's not gonna like randomly turn him to the dark side.
Dude, anybody can turn to the dark side, man.
Anyone.
Anyone, yeah. Anakin's evolution took 3 movies, but Leia can turn in a scene.
Yes.
So you think so? If to get back to Star Trek for a second,
Star Wars, Star Trek?
Star Trek,
Trek, okay, Trek.
the new one coming out. If that's like a huge blowout, like it not like
If it sucks?
no good way. Like it was good. Do you think they'll make another one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Do you think they'll just keep?
Yeah. I think Abrams signed on to produce at least. I don't know who they're going to get to direct, though. But I don't know. It depends on what they do on this movie. I mean, the last movie, they blew up Romulus? What's the planet that the pointy ear guys come from?
Yeah,
What's
that's
the planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Romulan.
Yeah, yeah. They blew up the home planet.
Yeah, but like
so-
they have a lot they can go to. They can go to the Borg, which is everyone loves the Borg.
The Borg is so Picard, though. Like, it's tied to Picard. Are we gonna?
Maybe we can do a generation jump. I would love it.
Dude, no, they're not gonna do that.
I'd
They're
love
gonna
it.
keep the
love
same
it.
characters.
They
Love
brought
it.
Patrick Stewart back.
That'd be epic.
He'd be so old.
He would
So
be old.
make him like an admiral then.
Admiral Picard. Yeah, but it's a different timeline.
Yeah, I guess.
Picard died,
I don't know.
and Geordi can see.
Jordy can.
That's how we're gonna switch the timelines.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they
Geordi
do
can
it.
see.
I don't know.
I mean I have no idea what they're gonna do for Star Trek 2, so that's kind of cool that it's this big, but that's why you gotta love J.J. Abrams, because he keeps a close lid on everything, plot details. So I have no idea what they're gonna do. Like this Harrison is his name, Cumberbatch's character. Like he could be Khan in disguise. Like we don't even know. Everyone's saying he's Khan. Nobody knows.
Do you think he's gone?
No, I don't think he's Khan.
You don't.
No, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's not Khan.
Just putting it out there. Phil, you want to guess?
I will say he is Khan.
He is Khan.
I'm gonna
don't
say he's Khan too.
All right. Well, we will see.
Yeah, we will. All right. So what else? You're wearing a Game of Thrones shirt, Danny.
Yeah, I am wearing a Game of Thrones shirt because on March 31st, Game of Thrones is returning to
Oh, it's
television.
Easter, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is.
Easter
Uh,
Sunday. It's coming back.
Oh wow,
Debauchery.
there's nothing like incest and blood and backstabbing and
hookers.
betrayals to Joffrey. Oh my god, remember that scene in season 2 where Joffrey gets the hooker there and then he like has the what is that? It was like a
It was like a bedpost. or
I'd
something.
say yeah.
He's
I don't know what it
like
was.
shove this in her or
Yeah.
whatever. No, hit her with this.
Hit her with it, yeah.
You want more of that, Danny?
No, I don't
Except
want
you
that.
want the shoved in rather than hit.
No.
That's
No
what
Joffrey
he's looking
stuff.
for.
Yeah,
He's been
yeah.
eyeing that.
That's what he's looking at.
Yeah, there's a plug thing that looks like a female part.
A female part?
Not a female
What
part.
female part looks like that?
Not a female part. A female pleasure device. If you will. How about that?
Oh my god, I can't believe he said that.
Pleasure.
He's gonna like, just start it over.
Yeah.
Well,
Redo it.
Game of Thrones. So yeah.
Yeah. So you're excited for it?
Yeah, I'm wicked excited. It's good to return to Westeros.
So you think the first episode is going to be like a major recap? I mean, do you still feel like our guy is a pretty?
Well, I read the books, so.
Oh yeah. Did you read them, Phil?
I feel like I have a huge grasp on it because I read the books.
Yeah, I started reading the first one, but.
Do you remember what happened last season?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
What about you?
You feel. I don't know how fresh it's in my mind.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, once you get into it, you'll start remembering things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes back once you start watching it.
This is so many people.
It gets bigger, too.
There are so many people.
More characters show up, too.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole other, like, country, part of the Seven Kingdoms that we haven't even met at all. The Dorne.
Really?
The Dornish. And so when they start showing up, it's going to get even more complicated.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you started reading the books, but you couldn't do it?
I'd say I liked it. It's just such a time commitment, and I don't really have the time right now, like to sit down and read.
It's pretty short, especially Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is pretty short compared to other books in the series.
Yeah,
it's the shortest, and it's probably the most succinct. Like you can just read it, and you'll be like, "All right, I'm good." You could actually walk away after the first one.
Yeah, it's like Old English, though, isn't it? Written
No,
it's not.
No, it's it's modern day diction pretty much. They swear regular.
They do?
Yeah. Which is always weird. I don't know. How do you feel about this? When in fantasy, when people use common swear words, do you like it, or would you rather it be like
what's a common swear word, Danny?
All right, or do you like it? Or do you like it when they like make up swear words like correspond or buy crumb?
No, like, just swear.
Yeah, because I don't know like the emphasis behind like these nonsense swear words. Like if they say like,
well, if Conan says it, buy crumb. I mean, come on, Conan has to.
Yeah,
say
but there's
crumb.
a difference between like fucking shit, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, do you agree, Phil?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'd say it's one of the reasons why I hated reading Clockwork Orange, because it's friggin' gibberish. Like it's
the whole thing is.
Yeah, like that's why. Yeah, so that's why I would not like that if they were making up bullshit words.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't care either way.
You don't care? Well, no, you brought it up, so clearly you do care.
They just use the F word a lot in
what
Game
word,
of Thrones. The F word.
Oh, all right.
Bundle of sticks.
Bundle of sticks.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird sometimes.
You don't like it, so you don't like them swearing the whole time?
No, they swear a lot in that book.
They don't swear a whole lot during the show, though, as I recall. I can't recall, though, too well.
I don't really remember, honestly.
Yeah, Tyrion gets some nice lines, but yeah, they don't swear too much, actually.
Yeah.
That show's more grotesque for its blood and stuff. And then like how naked women are always walking around. Have you ever seen that SNL sketch where it's like we hired a consultant for it, this 14-year-old boy, and then he was like, it needs more boobs. That's what we need.
What, they were doing a skit on Game of Thrones?
Yeah, like Andy Samberg's doing it. It's funny.
Some of the episodes have like I think it's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
I feel like other times it makes sense, but like other times it's just like, why is everyone like when they're in the whorehouse? Of course, people should be walking around naked.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When you're in like the king's place, they're always like, hey, it's naked whores.
I just feel like they just throw it in there. It's like, yep, we're HBO. Here you go.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
it's HBO.
Yeah.
It's not TV.
I don't know. That's just what I feel.
Yeah, but are we? So having not read the books, where do you think it's going to be? Well, do you know?
I know.
You know?
I know.
Yeah, you looked up Wikipedia or something?
Adam told me.
Oh.
Fucking Adam.
Yeah. So Adam looked all that stuff up, and then he read the books still anyways.
Yeah.
So
what a nerd.
Yeah, I guess so. So Kimball, having no idea what's going to happen, what do you think is going to be coming up on Game of Thrones?
See, I can't recall enough of the second.
All right. The last season ended where the White Walkers showed up to the Fist of the First Men, and right now Jon's captured by the Wildlings, and he's going to see the King Beyond the Wall. And
Stannis just got turned back. Blackwater.
Yeah, Stannis just had a huge loss, and then Renly's dead.
That was good. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
Blackwater was
awesome.
awesome.
Blackwater's one of the best episodes.
Yeah.
Like when the Hound freaks out when the fire and stuff,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah,
runs
yeah,
away,
yeah.
and then Joffrey runs away,
Yeah.
and then Tyrion leads everyone up. He's like, "Let's do this! Yay.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are good men out there. Let's
I
go
don't know.
kill them."
It's like, I don't know. It's tough to tell. Like, it's hard to say like what's gonna happen because there's like so many different
Yeah.
plot lines that you have to like
And that
separate out.
Daenerys' storyline is always sort of like shoehorned in there for a while. Too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hope that becomes more of a main plot line. I guess. I mean that because she's in that city now, right?
They left.
Yeah, they left because she got her dragons back.
Yeah.
I
So
thought didn't it get taken by the
Yeah, the warlock, and then they breathed fire and they killed the warlock.
Yeah,
and
and then
so
she
now
took
they're
him
free.
Then they locked the black guy, Duck Sauce.
in
his,
his vault
yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah.
His empty vault.
with one of her handmaidens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a way to go. See, Daenerys, you're like, all right, she's the good guy. We're following the good guy, and then she does something completely like brutal, just like starve someone in their own vault.
I don't know if I would say she's a good guy.
She's one of the only good guys we have.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob's kind of a good guy. Robb Stark.
Yeah, Rob definitely.
And then Jon Snow, I guess. But other than that, everyone else is kind of like,
Borderline.
yeah, they're all gray.
I'm interested. I like Jon Snow's line with the up north there.
Yeah, with the wildling
Mhm,
lady.
mhm.
They were flirting there and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I like that. That
Bow,
the-
chicka, bow, wow.
They should have fucked up her teeth more.
Really?
Her
I
teeth
thought
are
they
like
were pretty-
perfect.
I thought they were
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah, they look, I remember them looking a little messed up.
I don't know. I remember she had good teeth.
Yeah, stop looking at her teeth.
Oh god, it's taking me right out of this. Her teeth
I
are
know.
too nice.
Well, because she's like a wildling who like lives beyond the wall out in the. And then I saw her and I was like, oh.
So she should be like eating rocks or something,
or not
what?
rocks, but I mean like she should be eating stuff that's definitely gonna rot her teeth.
Yeah, probably.
Think of how many of us get cavities,
Uh-huh.
and we have toothbrushes and
Yeah, but we
toothpastes.
also have like so much sugar. Like I don't think they're
That is
growing
true.
sugar cane out in the frozen wasteland.
No, I would say not.
I got one problem with it beyond the wall. It's like there's never any trees anywhere. It's
Yeah.
just like it's sometimes randomly they're in like a forest, and then other times it's like we're at the Arctic Circle or something, which
Yeah.
is kind of weird sometimes.
I don't know. I guess your teeth are pretty white.
Why are you looking at a still image?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. But John's stuff's really interesting, and then we Rob's pretty good.
Oh, I love I forget her name. The little girl, Arya.
Arya, yeah.
She's the best. She's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's probably most people's favorite character.
Yeah.
Probably.
I hope she
Yeah.
continues to become kind of a badass, though.
Yeah.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She gets more.
Oh, come on, guys.
I'm gonna spoil that by saying Arya's awesome.
Ah, really? You gotta ruin that for me?
Yeah. Yes.
I do tell you one thing about, just a quick side note about plowing is I got like fucking 6 hours of podcasting in.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, I caught
What
up.
were you listening to?
I caught up all on Comedy Button.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
then
haven't heard this week's.
And then on the trip down to Mississippi, I got like 3 giant bombs to catch up.
So, how's your girlfriend gonna feel about driving in a car listening to these video game
I'm gonna put them on
podcasts?
headphones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, other shit. Because they're gonna think it's dumb.
Yeah. Why? Who are you going with? It's you, your girlfriend,
And her mom.
and her mom. Oh.
Yeah. So I just
Put
I know
on the attic podcast.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Like they're gonna try talking to me as I'm listening to this. I'm like, I'd rather really listen to this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Only because I got like 3-4 episodes to catch up. Which is
I
like
caught up at work recently. a
on
lot.
Giant Bomb.
Yeah. But I'm also listening to audiobooks at the same time. I kind of, go back.
I did
and
one
forth.
audiobook and I really enjoyed it, and I think I might do another one.
The Kevin Smith book.
Yeah,
right?
so I don't know what I'm gonna do for my next audiobook.
I think he has another book, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do another Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked it.
It's cool that
Yeah.
he narrates it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back to it again. I like at the beginning, like he talked about, like, we're doing this live at his house or whatever. Like you might hear cars going by, the dogs barking. I didn't hear any of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because all his podcasts he records at home. Like he does a lot of podcasts. Kevin
Yeah.
Smith.
I just like the fact that he can rent out a theater and people pay to go see him
Yeah.
do a show.
Well, he's been doing that forever.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's where that we found out Bruce Willis is kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
But then he did a podcast recently with Ryan Johnson, who directed Looper, and he was saying how pleasurable it was working with Bruce on Looper and stuff. And Kevin's like, you got the good guy. He must have really, really liked the material, because for me, he was just like doing a paycheck movie. Yeah. But like, yeah, Bruce Willis he took a pay cut to work on Looper.
Yeah, but that's a big, that the Looper role is kind of his role,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
And then, having him play bad cop or whatever. Was it Bad Cop? Isn't that the name of the movie?
Cop Out.
Cop Out.
Yeah. Him and Tracy Morgan, who I'm sure he hated.
Yeah. I mean, that's not his type of movie at all.
Never.
Trying to be a funny guy. He's not a funny guy.
No. It's like having Russell Crowe sing. It's just a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
I don't think Russell Crowe's that bad singing. Yeah.
I don't know if ever.
Have you heard Real Chavez?
It's in Les Mis.
Yeah.
I recommend everyone go see that. It was on my top 10 movies list. I remember that.
It wasn't on my top 10 because I didn't see it before we did the top 10. But now it is.
Yeah.
On the list.
So everybody keeping track of the movies they're watching in theaters, though, so we can have a comprehensive list.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That we're gonna go
I have to go over it
because Phil, you're gonna be on it. If this podcast is still around by the end of the year, all right, you're gonna be on the movie review podcast.
Should we get Charlie on it?
We will do it.
Sure, we can try to get Charlie. I just want to see how many bad movies he picks, because he was telling me how good what's that movie Andy Samberg did with
That's My Boy?
Yeah, That's My Boy. He was saying that was good. I was like, no, I doubt that is funny. But his girlfriend was there too, saying it was good too, so I don't think he was going to go against it. But I shouldn't knock it. I haven't seen it, so maybe it is funny. I just doubt it very highly.
It's like any Sandler movie. There's like funny parts, but overall it's not worth it.
It's not funny anymore.
No,
it's
really
like the third Hangover trailer just came out. I'm not really excited for it.
I didn't even watch the trailer, honestly.
I don't think I'm even going to see it.
It's just going to be another Hangover, isn't it? It's like they're back in Vegas now, I heard, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's going to be the last one, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, because
Jeffrey Tambor dies, though.
Was there
Yeah,
drop
that's how it
off?
starts off. It's at a funeral. Jeffrey Tambor's dead.
No.
Yeah.
Was there a drop off in like box office from the first to the second?
I think it did better,
yeah,
actually.
I think it did better, but word of mouth was pretty poor on it. So it dropped, like, box office receipts dropped pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. People will still see it. For some reason, people love Zach Galifianakis. I mean, I think he's funny, but I don't know why mainstream people like him.
I'm kind of sick of him already, actually.
Really? He hasn't done anything in a little while.
There's certain people get sick of their comedy, Danny McBride. Like when first season of Eastbound and Down, like I was watching all the time, he was hilarious, but I just can't stand him anymore. It's just the same thing, and I kind of reached the wall with Galifianakis too, where like he's doing the same thing, and like I don't know. I saw the campaign.
You're still a Louis C.K. fan, though, right?
I am still definitely a Louis C.K. fan.
No. What makes his comedy better? Like, he does sort of the same thing, but what do you think makes his longer staying power?
I think the fact that he's a real person.
Yeah.
Like, because Galifianakis is just insane. Like, he's just out there. Whereas, like, I can relate to Louis. Like his stuff that he says, I'm like, oh, that happened to me. Whereas Galifianakis, like, he just puts on a tutu and like does weird shit.
Talks to ferns.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, like this is funny for a little bit, but then he gets sick of it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you don't know what the real Galifianakis is like.
Right.
Louis C.K. seems real.
Yeah. Plus, he's from Boston, so that doesn't hurt him.
Yeah. And it show's funny.
Yeah, it show's awesome.
All right. On that note, you can check out more on youtube.com/addictpodcast.
You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/addictpodcast.
Yeah. Do you want to give your Twitter handle?
I don't even have one. Sorry, guys.
You can follow us on Twitter at Addict Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can follow me on Twitter at DM4HN. Yeah.
You can rate and review us on iTunes.
Yeah, do that. Bring us up in the rankings.
Send us a comment.
Yeah, comment. Like on the site. Just like the podcast. Share it, everybody.
Share it. So I went back Garage Center again. All right.
Guitar Center?
Guitar Center. Why do I keep doing that?
I don't know why you keep saying Garage Center.
Our business card is still there. No one's
nice. we put the Addict Podcast on a board they have there for like seeking band members.
That's awesome.
I just put the Addict Podcast.
Yeah. I put it in a check at some Greek restaurant the other day.
just putting it everywhere.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.